everyone can hear your voice.
Everything's in place and they've taken the bait. Yes. Now to start reeling them in.
When you're high up, everyone can hear your voice. Everyone can hear your voice.
I'm sure I've forgotten something. Not to worry, I'll simply send someone to fetch it. As soon as I remember what it was.
When you're high up, everyone can hear your voice.
Hey everyone, I'm on time for once. Today there's no sandbags, hopefully.
Add Astra.
I hope you guys doing okay. It's the middle of the week, so halfway to weekends already. Today we're gonna do a little bit more of a story quest. I think I'll keep doing that until Friday, and I think after Friday we're gonna start doing a little bit of events, since I'm gonna have a little bit more free time, so hopefully that should be fun. I think I actually never got this Victor commission. I know you do it to get this achievement, but I actually never got it before, so I'm not 100% sure what I need to do. I might actually look it up just so I don't mess it up. But I do know you need to like infiltrate different characters and stuff like that. I think the main point of it is to complete actually 3 times with those different outcomes, if I do remember right. It has been a while since I done it on other accounts.
Kamisato up. Sumeru.
The hunter.
Illusion shut! Everybody stand back!
Done.
Alright, this should be all.
Now you shall perish!
Oh, hey Gritesh, hope you're doing okay. I hope your exam went well. I know you did one not long ago. I'm just kind of trying to do daily commissions quickly, so get back to the fun part of doing the main quest. We go yesterday to Cyno, in case you missed it. So I'm kind of looking forward to meeting him.
Be still.
Shine down! Let's light it!
Cascade.
Alright, what else we got left? Oh, there's one here. I always hate those daily commissions in, like, Dragonspine, because it's so annoying to deal with. And they're usually really far from, like, any
Of another time it snowed.
teleporter.
That was a long time ago.
But yeah, hopefully you guys doing okay. I myself doing not too bad, honestly. Just got back from work not too long ago. Yeah, mostly because I don't really have like super powerful phone, so I rarely actually play Genshin on my phone. The only time I do is like in the morning, maybe if I have like capped resin every now and again. But usually, yeah, I only play on PC.
Illusion shattered!
Plus, my hands kind of melt every time I try to play on my phone, just because of how hot it gets. So I try not to. Because anyone who plays Genshin on their phone knows that, like, you can play Genshin on your phone constantly. Otherwise, it's gonna explode on you at some point. Especially if you have, like, high graphics on. Because, like, I usually keep my low on my phone, but even then, it still overheats like an oven.
Illusion shattered! I'm going in! Ad Astra. Thank you for complete.
Alright, I just get my resin out of the way, and we can move on from there. Let's see, I guess this one is the closest. I usually just do these ley lines just for this achievement. Just because I don't really care about boss materials at the moment, and I still can't find artifacts, so I'm just doing this for now. I actually never completed this one fully, because I usually never wasted my resin on blossoms of either wealth or like experience. I would just get it from events and stuff. I never really needed it. I think I have i7 of 12 gen. Graphics card I think is RTX 3060 or something like that, 70, I'm not exactly sure.
Shine down.
And other than that, I'm not exactly sure what else it has, because I'm not like super knowledgeable about tech stuff.
There is no
I am a little bit, but I couldn't really tell you because I got my PC pre-built. I didn't really like look super into it. I just looked at the reviews and like saw that it's pretty good. So that's why I decided to get it.
Cascade.
Share my knowledge. Hey,
Inazuma shines eternal.
I also started reading a new, just to kill some time, so to not to bore you guys with this daily stuff. I started reading recently a new chapter, a new like manga called Return to My Ruined Family, and it's like a typical
Illusion shut.
reincarnation type story. But at the same time, the main character like dies from his main antagonist, which in this series is dragons. And as soon as he dies, he doesn't actually die. For some reason, he gets transported into some sort of parallel dimension, as far as I understood. And he gets like to his old self, in a sense. But instead of being like from a reputable family that was like dukedom of sorts, it was like kings, queens, and he was like, his entire family was pretty high monarchy-wise in ranking. But he got his entire family for some reason, instead of being like higher ranking noble, he got demoted to the point where he lives in like ruined house. And he was apparently in a coma for like 10 years. And it's like a story about him basically getting his entire family back. And the interesting fact about this story is that due to accomplishment of his like father, the king granted his family and him immunity of sorts, which basically excuses him of any illegal deeds that he can do, except treason. Like, he can literally do anything except treason, and nobody could say anything to him. And he kind of uses that to his advantage in order to, like, regain his power and whatever. And it's a pretty interesting story. Like, it only has, I think, 20 chapters. But it's quite interesting. Like, I only read about 10 so far. And it hooked me quite a bit. I thought it was pretty interesting. Have I ever lost 50-50? Not here, fortunately, but I lost plenty of 50-50 throughout my Genshin years.
I see everything.
I lost at least half on my previous account, and yeah. My luck in Genshin is like a roller coaster. Sometimes it's up, sometimes it's down. I never had like entirely black or white luck, should I say, in Genshin. It's mostly been sometimes I get lucky and sometimes I get super unlucky. I never been in between where like my luck is just normal. It's either of the extremes most of the time. Cause like some of my luckiest pulls where I think I got like 3 5-star characters in like 80 pulls in total. At one point I lost every single 50-50 like 3 times in a row, and I went to 80 pity every single time. So that's kind of how my luck goes most of the time. It's either really good or really bad. I never had like a normal people's luck. So it's kind of like a curse and a blessing at the same time. Character absolutely hate. That's a tough one. Well, depends from like which perspective, because like if we're talking gameplay perspective, then I'd say
How did I do that?
probably Jinyan just because, and Toma, like from purely gameplay perspective, just because I'm not the biggest fan of shielders like this. Like I love Zhongli, but shielders like Jinyan and Toma just don't really do it for me. And from the perspective of the character, I'm not the biggest fan of Barbara, personally. Like gameplay wise, she's fine. She's not good, but she's not terrible. But character wise, I don't really like her that much. And I guess Chi-Chi, I don't play her, and like from the perspective of gameplay, I don't really like her. But character wise, she's fine. Other than that, I don't really have like super strong opinions of any character, hate-wise. Like all the other ones are fine with me. Like obviously, I don't enjoy every single character here, but I wouldn't say I like hate them. Mostly dislike rather than hate, really, because like I'm not the biggest fan of characters like let's see who from 5 stars. Characters like maybe Jean, or like I'm not the biggest fan of healers in general, because I kind of like to play on the edge, if that makes sense. I like to have a little bit of thrill, and healers just make game too easy. The same goes for shielders really, but like I can't hate on my boy Zhongli, so. But yeah, I usually just go full in with DPS and just try not to die. That's kind of my game plan half the time. I very rarely used healers in like Abyss when I used to do it on the reset, except obviously when Corrosion came out, because like you really cannot do Abyss without healers then. Otherwise, you're just not gonna complete it, because you'll just die. So that was like a turning point for me when I actually started building healers, but before that I never did. I only used like shielders, because I think I used only Zhongli and Xingqiu. I think Xingqiu was kind of like my mini healer on the other team.
There is no escape.
Everyone hold hands.
I usually quite just enjoy dodging, if anything. I like to test like my skill, if you will, with Abyss.
Shine down.
So I don't really like make it too easy. Otherwise it gets boring for me. And as I said before, I don't know if you guys know, but I have a little bit of ADHD, so I get bored exceptionally easy. So I kind of have to keep myself entertained half the time. Otherwise I lose interest immediately.
Hey, teamwork is dreamwork.
Everyone hold hands. The Temple of Wisdom.
Let's light it up.
I guess I'll do this one since it's a little bit closer. No. I think I'm Cancer. Because I was born in July. So I assume that's what it is. I'm not really that good at like astrology. I know there's like also signs or whatever. Like Chinese ones. I know some people do those as well. Oh, hey Satvik. Basically, today we're simping for Cyno for a few hours. And then, hopefully, maybe. I can't promise because I don't know how long that's gonna take, but hopefully we might start actually leveling this account up, because as you know, it's not leveled, even in the slightest. And I know some of you guys kept asking me to actually do it, so I'll finally oblige and fulfill your wish for once, and actually upgrade it so we can do some fun stuff. We'll probably go to like Inazuma and stuff, do some fun stuff there. Will be like a memory lane trip. I also might do some story, like character story quests, because I think I missed everything after Kazuha's one. I didn't do it, so that might be fun to do at some point. But yeah, today we're just gonna keep going with story quests for now, after I'm done with this,
Shine down.
and see how it goes from there. Unless like the event with Dory runs out soon, because I might just switch to doing actual leveling up today, because I don't want to miss it since there's a crown on the line, and I do want to do it for this account, because I think I don't need to have any any story quest complete for that one. I think I can just straight up skip it. I'm pretty sure. So I don't want to miss that, because like crowns are pretty valuable, and I do plan on crowning either Ayato or Raiden in the future, so I do need all I can get. Oh, hey Greg. But yeah, Greg, in case you missed it, we're gonna simp for Cyno today, as I'm sure you enjoy quite a lot yourself, so buckle up and be ready, because I still have them dead jokes, and I'm gonna use them. I'm gonna use them at the time that you're not expecting. It's gonna be like a little surprise, like a ticking bomb of sorts.
Absurd. Torn to oblivion.
I ran out. Oh well. I guess we're done on this account. Just give me a sec, I'll transfer to the other one, and then we're gonna begin actually doing the simping part of today's stream. So just give me a bit. Alright. I'm pretty sure I didn't leave the spot, so we're gonna get straight into it. I mean, those books... Fun fact. I found quite a lot of book domains on this account. I don't know why. But as you can see, I never spent a single of weekly boss materials. I don't know why, don't ask me why. But I just never did. I think the only time I did it was upgrading Zhongli. And the same thing was it was like talent books. I never used them. I almost never use them on this account. And I have quite a few of like all of them. I have substantial amounts. And I also have 10 crowns. Which I don't know what I'm gonna do with them. But I'm gonna do something with them. I might like triple crown Chi-Chi for laughs. I don't know. I know it's a sin. But we might have to do it at some point. Because who else am I gonna crown? Like, well, am I gonna crown Kazuha? That's boring. Like, who would do that? Ganyu? Like, come on. Don't make me laugh. But yeah, we'll think of something fun to do with those at some point. But yeah, let's get back into it.
Cyno is super vigilant. Is this what all the mantra are like?
Ah, you're back already.
We just wanted to confirm something with you. Do you know a boy by the name of Isak?
Savik, this is not AR25. This is the other account. I don't have that, man. Are you kidding me? How would I get 10 crowns there? There's no way. I don't even have those domains unlocked. This is a 5 one. This is the one I had since February. I just never used any resources on it. I don't know why. I just never did. Oh yeah, I'm in Sumeru Chini. Just doing some story quests with the guys in chat. Feel free to join us and have some fun. If I'm a little bit quiet, you can talk to the guys in the chat, because I'm trying to kind of pay attention to the story, at least somewhat, so I can give my educated opinion and not just straight up bullshit half the time, which I usually do. But I'll try to make some jokes along the way, so hopefully you enjoy. Fun fact, I never had Zhao on any account that I ever played. I know it might shock you. I never had Zhao. I always wanted Zhao, but I never got one. The Genshin gods shunned on my luck when it comes to Zhao. I never had his weapon, and I never had Zhao. I will go for him the next time he arrives, just to like actually prove that I'm a chosen one when it comes to Zhao. Otherwise, what's the point? But yeah, never have one. Always wanted one. I even thought about going for C6 Zhao at some point. But I was like, I don't really want to spend that much money on a character that I do like, but like, you don't really need C6 anyone, really. I might go for C1. I might do that. I'll see when if he has like a really good 4 stars, I'll probably go for C1 on his banner whenever he decides to appear again. But I'm still considering.
I had a feeling he'd go looking for you.
Huh? You knew this would happen?
Yes. Although he tried his best to stay hidden, I still noticed him eavesdropping outside the window. He really wants to get his grandfather back. Isak's parents were both Aramite mercenaries who rarely returned to the village after finding employment in the city. He was raised by his grandfather.
Oh, right. This is a part where we're like helping the kid find his grandfather. I was like, why are we talking about some child? But I do remember now. I was just like zoned out for that part of the quest yesterday. I was like completely checked out, so I didn't pay attention, but now I remember kinda.
Unfortunately, it was only a few years before his grandpa passed away. Isak was still very young at the time, So various families in the village took turns caring for him so he could survive.
Gritesh, honestly, that's how it usually goes. You want a character and you get Chi-Chi. That's pretty much everyone in this game at some point got Chi-Chi. Unfortunately, you don't want to admit it, but we all have. And if somebody haven't got Chi-Chi, I don't know, that's just some god luck they have. Because Chi-Chi just finds a way. Like, even if you don't expect her to show up, she will. At one point, at the worst time possible, she will show up. My Chi-Chi is Keqing, but that's besides the point. I'm just saying. Everyone has Chi-Chi for them. It could be Diluc, it could be Jean, it could be Keqing, but we all have our own Chi-Chi. They just won't leave us alone. And that's unfortunately a truth.
Later, an elderly mad scholar arrived at the village. Isak thought the scholar bore a striking resemblance to his grandfather, and thus often spied on the man.
Honestly, Greg, if you have her C3, you might as well just build her at that point. Because I think Genshin just tries to give you a message. I don't know what that message is, but there's definitely a message. And I don't know if you should follow it.
However, the scholar was unkempt in appearance and incoherent in speech. Although Isak referred to the man as his grandpa, he was afraid and didn't dare to approach him.
I mean, that's what I'm talking about, Greg. Sometimes we gotta do what we gotta do. Oh, hey, Doc. Hopefully you're doing okay. I'm doing pretty good. Just got off work not too long ago, just having some fun with the guys in the chat. We're doing some sumeru questing again. We're doing, like, Cyno's part. I didn't really do much from where we left off yesterday, so you didn't miss much. But yeah, hopefully we get to the bottom of Nahida stuff. And hopefully we'll see Dothrey again, because honestly I didn't have enough. I saw him for like 2 seconds. And honestly, that's not enough time for me to even take a sip, you know? Like, my thirst wasn't even began to be clenched. Like, I want him on the screen for at least 5 minutes. Then I might be satisfied, but I can't promise anything.
One summer night, the oft mumbling and bumbling grandpa suddenly calmed down and seemed to become more lucid. He even noticed Isak hiding in the distance. So Grandpa walked up to Isak and patted him on the head. He even took Isak to the entrance of the village, where he patiently taught the boy the names of the stars, and accompanied Isak until he fell asleep. The next morning, Isak woke up and wanted to go find his grandpa again, only to realize his grandpa no longer recognized him. However, even so, Grandpa retained his calm expression.
Goddamn. That's a sad fact. When you get old, your memory is just gone. Like, ooh, that's rough. That's one scary thing about getting old. If you get like Alzheimer's or anything like that, that's horrifying to me, honestly. Because I can't imagine like just waking up and don't remember even who you are. That's just insane to me, honestly. I feel bad for people who like have relatives and have to deal with that like on a daily basis. Like, remind your own like grandparents of who you are. That's pretty horrible, honestly. And I do feel for people that actually need to go through that on like daily basis.
It's said that those who saw the scholar claimed he no longer appeared to be crazy, but appeared to be living in his own world, almost as if he were sleepwalking.
I mean, yeah, Greg, sometimes, like, my grandparents, luckily, are not, like, have any health conditions or anything like that, but, yeah. I think it just happens to older people. For some reason, they just, you know, their memory just checks out at a certain point, and it's pretty sad, honestly, because, like, you obviously still love them, but, like, sometimes it's just... Because, like, at certain point, when you become older, your mind kind of regresses back to childlike state. And that's scary, because at certain point, you stop being an adult and you regress back to like a child. So most old people can't even like function by themselves, and that's some old people, like even in their 90s, are like as fresh as a cucumber and they can do like anything they want themselves and their mind is fine. But some people even in the like early 60s just completely gone. So it's kind of mostly luck and like genetics that play like a huge part in this. But yeah, I luckily never had to deal with it personally, but I did know like some people, like, well, I had to deal with it in the sense of like my great grandparents, but the thing about them, they were like already in their mid 90s when I was like conscious enough to recognize them. So like at that point there's not really much you can do, because like my great grandfather became blind at a certain point and he like couldn't function himself. So that was pretty like scary. But other than that, I never had to like experience anything to do with like my relatives being mentally or physically deficient in any sense, luckily. But yeah, it's pretty rough.
Isak was thrilled that his grandpa was able to find peace and would follow him all the time, asking him things like, "Grandpa, want me to take you somewhere fun?" Or, "Grandpa, could you tell me stories about the stars again?"
I mean, yeah, man, genetics are horrifying, because like at least if you have something like by yourself, you might be able to cure it. But unfortunately, there's no cure for genetics. Like, I have this thing about my toes. Like, my father had two of his like toes besides like the big finger, big toe. I kind of joined a little bit at the bottom, and I kind of have that as well. And that's like the basics of genetics. Imagine if you have like a chronic disease or something that goes from like genetic to genetic, and you just can't do anything about it. Like, the sense of helplessness is really scary to me as well. Because at least if you have like obviously not everyone can deal with it, but like if you have some sort of disease that is preventable or at least curable, you at least have some sort of hope or chance of like getting better. But there's no cure, unfortunately, for genetics. It's just how you're born. So yeah, it's rough. Hopefully you're okay, Greg. I hope it's nothing too serious on your side at least. Because I know that sometimes, like, with each upcoming generation, if you will, the genetics kind of weaken a little bit, especially if it's, like, a disease or something. So hopefully you're not doing too bad on that front.
All this somehow just makes Paimon feel really sad. It seems like they both deserve so much better.
Perhaps. Nearly everyone who lives in the desert has some form of hardship or regret. But even so, we must still continue on with our lives. It's also my reason for fighting. I must continue to protect this land.
I mean, it's not a fun topic, honestly. Even in game, like, even Genshin characters are like, yeah.
Maybe the people have always had a considerate god watching over them.
Huh? What did you say, Cyno?
No, nothing. As long as Isak keeps his word and doesn't get in our way, we can take him along.
Well, I mean, if the big man mantra... What was his title? I forgot. Is it mantra or... No, it wasn't. I forgot. I know it starts with M. I completely forget what Cyno's title is. I know he's like the big enforcer guy. Mahamatra. That was it. Almost slipped my mind. But yeah, the big man himself, if he decides that the law should be upheld, I can't really say no to him. Yeah, I got it, Greg. It just took me a second.
Perhaps you are more compassionate than I gave you credit for. Please accept my thanks on Isak's behalf, Cyno.
I just kind of forget like some of the sumeru names because they're really tough to pronounce, especially if English not your first language. Like it's a little bit tough sometimes.
Oh, it's you guys. We've cleared everything up. Let's go find your grandpa. Really? Wow, thank you so much.
I feel like taking a kid into the desert is not the wisest idea, but then again, I'm not the wisest person to begin with in this game, so might as well just go with the flow.
All right. Let's ask the local residents some questions first.
The one thing about Genshin that are actually pretty cool is that kids in this game are fearless. Like, they don't have any fear whatsoever. They just go like... The only kid that has fear is Timmy. But Timmy is like a typical like child. But every other character in like Inazuma, Leeway, and Sumeru are just built different. They're built like a goddamn adult already at the age of 5. And it's honestly impressive.
Excuse me, did you happen to see where the missing scholars went?
Because, like, remember that child in Inazuma who we played, like, ball with? He would be, like, in the most dangerous places imaginable. And he would be just like, do you want to play some ball? And I'm like, damn. Now that's a kid. Was a heart of man, honestly. And that other child who was, like, abandoned by his mother. And was, like, collecting crystals to, like, sell them or whatever. And he like crossed the entire Inazuma continent pretty much by himself. And was like, I'm gonna go find my mother. I was like, Jesus Christ, man, you're like 4 max. How can you do that? When I was that age, I was thinking only about candy and video games. Like, Jesus Christ.
You mean the village keepers? Oh, let me think.
Like, I'm just telling you, those are the kids that become like Saitama in the future, like One Punch Man, and they just become like superheroes, pretty much. Like, those kids should be main characters, not us. Because at least we are somewhat of an adult. They don't have any parental guidance or anything. Kids in Genshin are just on their own. They like raise themselves, really. They're like thrown into the wilderness by themselves, and they just survive.
When I was eating dinner the other day, I saw one of them by the side of the road, muttering away and eating mushrooms and tree roots. They shouldn't go around eating that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah, that one's well, like... Kids, especially in Inazuma, are just built different, honestly. That's one way I could put it.
Okay. Did you notice anything else?
Because, like, when you compare the childs in Mondstadt, like... The only kids in Mondstadt that actually are kind of impressive are those, like, Flora and her sister, who just, like, kind of run the entire business by themselves at the age of 5. And then you have Timmy, who pretty much just cries all day and feeds pigeons. Like, how do you jump from one to another? One is an entrepreneur that runs an entire business with a, like, child sibling. And another one is just a crybaby who feeds pigeon all day and cries about them if you chase them away. Like, how does the jump happen? Like, where do you draw the line, honestly, between the kids? Because, I don't know.
Anything else? No, I think that's all I have to tell you. Sorry.
I'm pretty sure Diona is like 12 at most. Look, when you look at her, she sells liquor to adults as a child. Like, I don't understand. And Chi-Chi is a pharmacist, and I'm pretty sure she's like 5 as well. And she sells drugs to people. Like, how is child labor is fine in Genshin? I don't understand. Like, who else do we have? We have Sayu, who's a little killer. Like, she's a ninja. And Ayato puts her on, like, missions where she needs to infiltrate, like, nobility. And she could get killed. And she's, like, 5, probably. Then we have Dory. I don't know how old is she, but I'm pretty sure she's not 18. And she's pretty much the richest person in Sumeru. Like a sultan. So, like, when you look at kids in this game, They just built different. There's one only way I can say it. Because honestly, even adults are not as impressive as children in this game. Like, I'm just saying, man. The next 5-star characters should honestly be just like all those kids combined in like amalgamation, like a transformer. Just have them like piled up all together. Just run as a big group of children. Just demolish everything in your way.
The scholars that have gone missing. Have you seen them?
Those eyes. Those fierce eyes. You look like a real fighter.
Jesus Christ, I thought I was thirsty. Look at her. Shy's losing it at this point. One look at Cyno's eyes and she's already melting. Like, I can't blame her, but come on. At least he's into it.
Don't change the subject.
I didn't mean to. I'm sorry, Cyno. I apologize. I won't ever do that again. I'm sorry for questioning you.
Right. You were asking about the mad scholars. I think it's been a few days since I last saw them. I usually go to bed pretty early, so I'm not too familiar with what goes on at night. But honestly, I feel quite sympathetic towards them. Even though they act a little strange, they've helped me in the past. If it weren't for them, my house would have collapsed long ago.
Do you also think Grandpa and the others are good people?
Grandpa? Oh, hello there. It's little Isak. You mean that nice man who looks like your grandpa's long-lost twin, right?
I smell there's some cloning going on.
He was actually the one who protected my house. I saw it with my own eyes. He happened to be staying near my house that day and was doing something with his hands on the ground.
That's usually not a good description. That could lead to some shady business, honestly.
It still feels pretty surreal now that I think back on it. Did someone teach them how to do that? Well, whatever the case, I'll always be thankful to him and whoever taught him to look out for others. I'm pretty sure that if I ever went mad, I wouldn't be able to do anything like that.
Hey, Arashi. Hopefully you're doing okay. We're just catching up a little bit on sumeru quests. Well, I do, and the guys in chat just vibing with me together. But yeah, hopefully you enjoy. We're having some laughs, some jokes along the way. Also, hopefully you're doing okay. I don't think so yet, Savik. I'm pretty sure they haven't. It might be a little bit later. Oh, actually... Well, I think they did say that they were criminals of some kind. If that's what you mean. I think that was the explanation they gave. Because I know there was like something about them being like rejected scholars or something. And then because they gone mad. And I think Nahida cured them somehow. And now they good? I think that was Zipload. Oh, it's fine, Arashi. I played Honkai for a little bit as well. Like, I'll probably understand it. I don't know all the characters. I know some of them. But I did play it for a little bit. Like, I know, like, Mei, I think, is like Raiden Shogun character. And, I know who else it was. I know the, like, Himiko, I think it was. Like the red-haired lady is kind of like Diluc in Genshin. Like, I know a lot of characters in Genshin like Honkai, but either male characters or like female, but a little bit changed. But yeah, I'm a little bit familiar with the subject, so no worries. Oh, okay, no worries, Savik.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Alright, somebody wants me to review the Zhao. Alright, I mean, you asked for it. Listen, I'm not gonna be harsh, but... Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure Himika dies, right? I think I got that far. I don't think I completed the entire story. I think I got to the point where we are in like some neon city. I think that's story-wise where I got, and we were like hunted by the maid lady. I forgot her name. What was her name? The Rose, right? I think Rose. I think I got to that point where we get like hunted by her, and I think I got to the point where the main guy, what was his name? The blonde one was like kind of chasing us as well. The like dead guy, I forgot his name, like the cool one. But yeah, that guy who like has, I think, like the animation of his old, like he blows stuff up or whatever. It's been a while since I played Honkai, if you can tell. Wait, did I spell it wrong? Joy, I think... Are you sure that's the right UID? Oh yeah, Alta. Yeah, that's the one. I did like the guy. Yeah, Joy, I think that's not right. At least, like, I entered it and it didn't work, so just check again if that's the right one. I'll try to do it again if you, like, find out, because I'm pretty sure I typed it right. Oh, I see. It's Asia. Yeah, sorry, Joy. I don't have Asian account. I'm playing on EU at the moment. I have American one, if you guys want to flex on me in America, but unfortunately, I never played on CA server because I don't have good enough internet for that. Unfortunately, my ping just rises to the sky, and I can't really play on Asian servers that well. Because, like, when I used to play League, I tried to play on Asian server and my computer nearly combusted on me. So, I try not to go there again. Yeah, I forgot about that. Greg, do you want to flex on me? Where's your yeah, Miko? I swear, if you're lying to me, I can check it. If you're lying to me that you triple crown... Alright, you did. Jesus Christ, Greg. But you goddamn... Where do you get all the crowns? I swear to God, you have like... You have too many, honestly. I don't know where you get them, but I'm pretty sure you extolled them from someone. Because there's no way you get that many. I swear, I saw at least a few characters the triple crown of you. God damn. Triple crown in Yaemiko is a flex and a half, honestly. Because, like, she's not a character that somebody would triple crown. Yeah, damn. I do remember she's built, like, a truck for you as well. But yeah, goddamn. And you even don't have, like, constellations or anything. Alright, we got off topic. I'm not here to flex on Greg, or Greg flexing on me. Which he does all the time, but that's besides the point. As I said, I'll probably triple crown Chi-Chi for laughs. I'll do it for fun, and I'll make DPS. I'll make like the hardest hitting Chi-Chi that this world ever seen at one point. I'll do it. I'll do it for content. I'll make you so goddamn strong. Like, I'll probably put my... Where is she? I'll probably put my Ganyu build on her and just see how she does. Because I hope she can one-shot like at least 1 or 2 bosses after I'm done with her. Because I don't really know her... What's her like multipliers? Yeah, they're pretty bad. They're pretty horrendous. Like, it's not even 100% on any of them. Like, it's bad. It's horrible. Like, not even 100% on one of them. Like, look at her normal attacks. It's 37%. That's nothing. That's like hitting them with a wet noodle. But I'm determined. Arashi, this is the worst character that ever existed. Her name is Chi-Chi. If you play Genshin, this is your nightmare come to life. This is a character that when you get so depressed that you consider just quitting straight up. She is a character that single-handedly ruined dreams and hopes of thousands of people that play this game. She is responsible for depression of Genshin Impact. Single-handedly. Nothing causes more depression than getting her. Oh, I see. Fair enough. I saw you were a fan of Chi-Chi and I was like, I don't know about this, if this is gonna work out. But this is a character that you was referring to, I'm pretty sure. Greg, I'll use yours because I don't have her. So, this character is Yae Miko. So, Yae Miko is somebody that Greg, also known as Admiral Duck in chat, is a massive simp for, and you should publicly shame him for that. Because he obviously is not a man of taste. Because he simps for like obvious choices. He doesn't have taste. And I told him about that before, that he should consider simping for somebody like me, like Dottere. But he doesn't understand that. He simps obviously for too obvious of a choice. Like, whoever simps for Yae Miko is basic. I don't care what you say. It's too basic. Like, when we have, like, so many good choices. Like, for example, we have somebody like Ito. You see this man. Look at his six-pack. Like, you telling me this man is no better than Yae Miko? Like, come on. Alright, fair enough. You get half the points, Greg. But, alright, I'll forgive you for now. But I'm just saying you basic. That's all I'm saying. It's not a bad thing to be basic. It's just, you know, if you said straight up to me, like, look, I sim for Dottere or I sim for Zhongli, I would be like, that's a man of taste, that's a man of culture, and that's somebody I respect and I'm proud to call my friend. But when you say something like, I sim for Yae Miko and I have a mommy kink, I'm like, come on. That's too basic. That's too easy. You might as well just say you want to be with Raiden Shogun as her sword. Like, that's too basic. That's anyone's dream. Like, anyone can say that. Next thing you know, you're gonna tell me that you want to get stabbed by Yelan. And, like, what am I gonna say to that? I knew, Cedric, like, I could read your mind, honestly. I know you guys. I can communicate without even looking at the chat. I can straight up say what you're gonna say next. Like, I only sim for the characters that are classy. Like, Ayato. I sim for Ito. Who else? Obviously, my big man himself, Zhongli. Like, if you somebody's a sim for Zhongli, you have my respect automatically. Even if you sim for somebody else as well. Which is not respectable because you only can sim for one character. If you sim for more than one character, you just don't have a commitment. You gotta have commitment in this game. You gotta choose one character that you're just gonna stick by through your entire career. You can like other characters, but you can't sim for them. There's gonna be only one. Arashi, I don't know what to tell you, but Ganyu is the most basic choice you could have made. Honestly, you clearly never played Genshin, because like Ganyu is probably the most favorite character of Rule 34 artists. Like, the amount of hentai of this character out there is astonishing to me. Like, there's not a single character in probably any game that has more hentai than Ganyu has. And I don't know what to tell you about it, because honestly, I do see why, but at the same time, I also don't see it. Like, people are too horny for Ganyu. Like, look. Personally, when I only started Genshin, like, Mona was everything I dreamed for. But, as I became a man of taste and man of culture, I realized that simping for female characters is too easy. It's too low hanging over fruit. And you gotta realize at some point that, like, you can't be basic, otherwise what's the point? So, I saw this man. Like, this man. This is a man of a manly man. Like, this is a man that as soon as you see him, as soon as you hear him, he just becomes the automatically win for me. The first time you see, I don't know if you saw any trailers before Arashi, but I would highly recommend to watch Zhongli's trailer. You know what? Actually, let's do it together. Let's watch Zhongli's trailer. I'll do it for you guys. Let me set up the. Let's do it like quickly. We'll do a quick. Let's see. We're gonna do a quick selection here. So let's do it this way. Let's go to YouTube and search Zhongli. I'll show you guys what a true man of a man Zhongli is.
We last left off with ancient Liyue, beset by an ocean demon and a mountain.
Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember.
Mustered his adept.
But where are those who share the memory?
To the land. They say that before he set out, he spoke these words.
Listen, Greg, I don't have time for your bullshit. We're looking at the manliest man of them all right now. Pay some respect. I'll show you my brother history later. You won't find anything bad, because this is my work computer. I don't have anything on it, so don't even hope. All the like cursed stuff is on my phone, and I ain't showing that.
Osmanthus wine
Fuck.
the same as
Yeah, sorry, I forgot to switch off. I need to do it. Yeah, just give me a sec. We'll start over. I forgot that you can still hear this. Sorry, my bad. My bad. Let's start over. Honestly, you can't have too much of Zhongli, so we'll start over.
We last left off with ancient Liyue, beset by an ocean demon and a mountain dragon. Rex Lapis mustered his adepti to restore peace to the land. They say that before he set out, he spoke these words.
Like, you gonna tell me that this is not the perfect man? Like, you seriously gonna tell me that Zhongli is not the perfect human being to have existed? He's the best waifu of them goddamn all. Ganyu can't even hold a candle to this man. And I don't care what you say.
Gods and monsters. I wish not for dominion. Yet I cannot watch the common folk suffer.
We'll have order.
Like, this music was so heartily what made me play this game. As soon as I saw this trailer, I knew the Genshin was for me. I probably watched this trailer more than I would like to admit.
Defend our safe harbor. That was the first contract in Liyue. And now, the final contract too has been set in stone.
Because, like, I don't know about you guys, but when it comes to trailers, I think Zhongli's trailer is one of the best ones they ever released. Like, let's see what other ones they have, because I honestly don't remember if there's any other ones that I enjoyed more. Like, let's see, who else? Because I'm trying to think of, like, oh, never mind, this one. Oh. If you guys never saw Arataki Ito trailer, buckle up. Because the music in this one is single-handedly almost as good as Zhongli's. This is one of the best trailers that ever got released in Genshin. And for one of the best characters, so buckle up. Wait, was it? Oh, sorry. For some reason, got highlighted. Never mind, let's continue.
Oh, come on. The Vision Hunt decree is over. Okay, start at the top. Oh, my beautiful Vision, I know you're up there. Oh, yeah.
Like this man. This is a man.
Take my Vision, you're gonna need a lot more.
Not as manly as Chun-Li, but still a man.
Cause I'm Arataki Ito, the Supreme, the one and only. Now it's showtime.
I'm a sucker for rock music, and this is a banger. This music is so hype. I used to listen to this whenever I did Spiral Abyss on repeat.
Don't let him run away. Kujosara is coming. Run away? No can do. Time to show you what it is that makes my gang stick around. Who wants some of this?
I love Ito so much, honestly.
Nice of you to join us, General Kujo. Are you here to make me beg for mercy too?
Final warning. Surrender your vision now, Arataki Ito.
Honestly, I never saw Hu Tao's trailer, personally.
If you join the Arataki gang now, I can show you what dreams are made of.
I haven't seen every single character's
When I
trailer.
get my vision back, I'm gonna show her.
Boss, looks like it ain't up here.
Huh? I'm sorry. What?
Alright, fine, I'll show you Hu Tao next.
I think this might be yours. Way down here.
Hey, you better wipe that smoke.
Alright, but yeah.
Okay, I'm coming up there.
I love Ito's trailer so much because it's one of the only trailers where like you see the actual personality of the character before you actually even get to play them. And like Ito's personality just resonates with me immensely because he reminds me of myself a lot. Because he's kind of like a goofball who just tries his best and just always does whatever like is best for other people and sacrifices himself half the time, really. But yeah, he's awesome. Let's see. Oh, fine, let's watch Hu Tao if you guys really want to. Let's see.
Hey, you sure we're going the right way? Doubt there's any treasure in this creepy place.
This treasure map's now ours. We just follow it all the way.
Hey, wait. Did you just hear something?
I'll talk about bow users after this trailer. I've never seen this, honestly.
Quick, do something!
Order of duality, impermanence of fate. I raise this butterfly to guide thee. Ah, yeah, so many droll people. Fatui, not even worth the tease. Guess I'll need to send you off myself.
I do like the music, it's pretty... I didn't know Chi-Chi was there. kind of cute. I swear, Greg, you have an unhealthy obsession with her. Let's actually watch the other cool trailer, who I'm sure not many of you might know even about, and that is Zhao's one. Because Zhao is an old character, but he actually has one of the coolest trailers. And I think it's on brand for me, so we gotta watch Zhao. Because Zhao has really cool music. I really love it. I listen to Zhao's theme a lot as well. Like, this music is hype as hell. Before Ita's music came out, this was my go-to whenever there was, like, I felt that I needed a little bit of boost me up. I would listen to this all the time. The only thing about Zhao that I'm not the biggest fan of is his voice lines, for obvious reasons, but other than that, I love Zhao.
The price I pay for eons of slaughter. Ephemeral.
I don't think it's weird, Saya. I think it's fine. I think Zhao is an adult.
This is nothing new to me. These severed karmic vines.
A lot of people are. You would be surprised how many people sim for Zhao, both male and female. Because, like, I understand why somebody would sim for Zhao. I clearly do. He just... The thing is, I'm not really into edgy characters, as personality-wise, but I do like him. Honestly, I don't really remember Hu Tao hype that much, because I don't really even remember when she when she was released. Let's see. I think she was like one of the newer ones. Yeah, so she was right after Zhao, so that would be around April, right? For goodness sake, Greg, fine, I'll watch Yaimiko since you won't stop unless I do. Which one is it? Let's see. Where is it? Oh, this one. Okay. Fine.
I then found myself reborn as Guji Yai, leading shrine maidens in sacred matters, sipping tea and kneeling in solemn meditation, and making appearances to listen to shrine visitors.
Enough.
Oh, right. I do remember that, Praka. I do remember something about that.
Not a dry documentary. Huh? And honestly, do you really think I lead such a boring existence? Hmm?
No, not at all, Lady Guji.
That's chief editor to you.
Yes, chief editor.
A light novel begins with pure imagination. For example, I must say, this is quite the cunning trap.
I didn't know this was the theme of Yaimiko. Because I never watched this trailer either. Because I'm usually not, like, into trailers that much. I only watch trailers for, like, characters that I personally like a lot. No, I don't, Greg.
But have I walked
It's just you.
Or have you walked into mine? I'm always watching. A sight to behold.
admit defeat. Just do it. Exercise me.
Exorcise you? But I thought you weren't ready to return to the cycle. So first, let me show you what a cruel world this can be.
The thing about Yaemika is that she's incredibly sassy.
You'd never really do something like that, would you?
Splendid. When the reader starts asking that question, you know you've written a good one.
Alright, I hope you're happy, Greg. Now let's actually watch something cool. Kazuha's one. I also love this one. Since we are on the topic of trailers.
Solitary cloud. Shadow in the setting sun. And the last line. Honestly, can't even finish my haiku without being interrupted.
That's my boy. That's my boy right there. Kazuha is my favorite character gameplay-wise in the game. And I'll stay by that till somebody better comes out, which I doubt. The only one that might compete is Scaramouche, but I'm not 100% sure yet. But Kazuha is like so fun to play. It's not even funny. Especially if you have him C1 or C2, like, he just becomes so good.
To trust me, despite my being from Inazuma. My mind is like a wind on the waves. It can change in an instant.
Kid, I think I got you figured out.
Oh, in that case, you saw this coming.
What? You
Same say it.
amateurs?
No gay stuff, just, you know, pure respect and love. Because I don't simp for characters for sexual reasons. I simp for them out of pure respect.
My last line stirs the drifter's heart.
Greg, don't lie to me. I know what you simp for. Let's see. Ayato's one is actually also really, really good. If I do remember right. Because his one was the first time we actually saw
Do not expose your identities.
Genshin implementing story into trailer.
Yes, sir.
Because usually trailers don't have anything to do with story, but Ayato's was the first one where the story took the part in the trailer. And I thought that was pretty cool.
Your timing is impeccable. Pity you were all they sent.
Let's go for a stroll. We wish to discuss cooperation with the Yashiro Commission.
A humble suggestion. The Fatui would do well to update their intelligence concerning me. Ah, but of course, that would require one of you to return in one piece.
No, I don't think I saw Klee one. Because I don't think I was playing at the time when Klee came out. I'm a really big sucker for, like, Japanese trap mixes, which I think that's what it kinda is. I really like them. Because it feels kinda like modern mixed with ancient. And it's really cool, in my opinion.
You underestimate your foe.
If assassinating me was that simple, I can name a few rival clans who would have had an easier time over the years. Kamisato Arc, Suyu!
Like, aesthetically, Ayatus is one of the most pleasing trailers imaginable. Because they didn't really do anything, like, super special. All they did is, like, make it his gameplay as part of the story for him.
My lord.
It's really, really cool.
Failed to protect you. I do not keep the Shumatsuban for the trivial matter of dealing with assassins. Trivial? So, what's the situation?
The operation went smoothly. The resistance platoon is hidden near Tenshikaku. Forgive me, sir, but taking this level of risk, it seems out of character.
So, if you don't know, this trailer takes part during when we kind of go against Raiden Shogun and like infiltrate the Tenshinkaku. That's kind of what this trailer is about, in case you never saw it. That's why I love it so much, because it's part of the story, and it actually makes sense. That's pretty fun. And let's do, I guess, one more, just so we don't get too off track. Like, who should we do? I guess let's do, like, the big mommy herself. I'm sure everyone's... Like, I'm sure there's not a single character who doesn't sim for Raiden Shogun. I'm pretty sure that's just a given.
Centuries pass without change.
Alright, I'll play Beidou after this, Aya.
Stands the lofty abode of the Raiden Shogun. She looks down upon her realm at mortal joys and woes.
I like Raiden's music a lot. Like, I don't rewatch trailers if the music is not good. That's my only requirement for rewatching trailers, is if the music is epic. If it's not, I don't really care.
But the Shogun pursues, unfettered and unperturbed.
Arashi Mei is Raiden Shogun. That's kind of who she based on.
Only through eternity are you closest to the heavenly principles.
Because, like, Mei, in her Herisha form, or whatever it's called, I forgot, like, her big armor form, that's what basically Raiden is based on.
Fantasy can only survive with an underlying reality.
Same, Saya.
Reality is the stillness buried deep beneath the illusion. This is eternity. Born to oblivion.
I mean, I'm pretty sure Raiden threw out her heavenly principles out the window a long time ago, but yeah.
Waking world, you seem woven from the stuff of dreams. All shall fade away.
The thing about Raiden is that she's disgustingly strong even without Gnosis, since she never used it. Unlike all the other Archons, when they lose it, they just seem not be able to function even. So Raiden, I don't understand why people sim for Raiden so hard. Alright, let's do... Which one? It was Beidou. I actually don't know where it is, if it's even here. Because she is a standard 4-star character. I don't think she has a trailer, Aya. Does she? I don't... But yeah, this is like, was a remix that I used to listen year ago, like, on repeat. Whenever I played Inazuma. Like, I would just go and listen to remixes of the hypest soundtracks that Inazuma had to offer. And just on repeat. I can see it, like, this is all character demos. Doesn't look like it. They have one like this Kaya one, this official. Zhenling, Chi-Chi, Mona, Kaching. Unless it's like on the official thing. Unless it's not like a trailer.
Imagine this. We have...
Yeah, it doesn't look like they has one. I can't find it. Yeah, sorry, I'm not sure if it was like you saw something fan-made, but I never saw the trailer for the actual... Unless it's here? Because like these are not trailer, these are more of a showcase, if these were the ones. But I think that's only for 5-star characters anyway. Let's see. Let's finish it off on the actual man himself, the ones that we actually started playing for today. Where is it? Let's do Cyno as last one. Because I actually never saw Cyno one.
Sands devour. A new life emerges. And the cycle of life.
Alright, I'll do Venti afterwards.
Whatever is sown will be reaped. And when the moral order is disrupted, judgment will come swiftly.
Like, Cyno has one of the coolest transformations in Genshin. I really like it. I'm a big sucker for like cool big transformations of characters. And his wolf form is honestly awesome.
I vow to uphold the rules and punish evil.
Sure, Lena, we can do that.
May be, I will follow its course to the end. Through me, justice is served.
Like, look at this, and tell me it's not one of the coolest things you ever saw in Genshin.
Until one day, humanity stands blameless, purged of its transgressions.
Alright, that trailer hits pretty hard. Let's see which one you guess. Venti, fine. Well, let's do Venti. I'm pretty sure Venti's one is actually like one of the first ones they ever released, if I do remember right.
There's an archaic tale to be told, that of which is of an ancient one, that of which traveled among the gods.
Cyno definitely has like a mixture between like trap and techno, I think, in a weird way mixed with like Egyptian theme.
What shame to your daily toiling you are. Must you intrude on a bard's leisure time?
I actually never played with Venti, so I never saw this either. Well, Greg, what can I do? People ask me to watch other trailers. I can't say no.
Some notes can't be played for just anyone.
Well, we'll get back to Quest in a bit.
Lest the high winds blow you away.
I'll do like a child's one and then we'll continue the quest, because
Rhythm take you. It's more than language and poetry that flow with the wind.
ironically, Venti's ult doesn't actually suck in Klee's bombs, which is pretty ironic considering they put her in his trailer. But yeah. Because I noticed that when I used to play as Klee and I would go to like different people's worlds and find Ventis, and it never worked. I don't know why, but apparently Venti doesn't think Klee's bombs good enough.
I've been away for so long, I've almost forgotten the cold of our home. You know I grow restless when life is ordinary and boring. Though in Liyue, fuses of excitement can be found everywhere, just waiting for the right spark. Come at me! Not much of an adversary, but enough for a sideshow, I guess. Time to end this! Now's our chance! That's so? If you were smart, you wouldn't charge into unknown danger. It'll be an easy victory, but I still won't hold back. Your brother has just been taking care of some trivial matters here, really.
Oh, is it the one where, like, all the characters just get, a teaser? Are you talking about the one where they, like, showcase the future plans? Because I do know that trailer, but I don't remember if I saw it before. Let's see. I don't remember what it's called, really. I know it was like a big plan thingy they did. And I think they released it quite a while ago, but I don't exactly remember which one it was. Was it like one of the first ones, or was it... Oh, I see Savik, thanks. Because I was like gonna scroll through the entire thing in search for it manually. Let's see. Oh, this one. Okay, let's finish up on this one. And then get back to the actual story.
So let's not call it that.
The war has already begun. It is just a continuation of past battles.
I do remember watching it. It's a pretty interesting trailer.
Rewards for the worthy.
Because, like, we get to know characters that are not even, like, on the horizon, really. Like, we get to know Nightland characters, we get to know even Snezhnaya characters.
The sky is not reserved for you. But mortal irrigation never stops. None will escape the flames. See for yourself.
I can't wait for Dainsleep to become a playable character in like 2030.
For a millennium finally faces his perturbation. What does freedom really mean when demanded of you by a god? The god of contracts, senselessly slaughtered as his people watched on in horror. In the end, he will sign the contract to end all contracts. In the secluded land of the immortal Shogun, the Bakufu rules eternal. But what do mortals see of the eternity chased after?
A lot of people were simping for Ayaka ever since this trailer dropped. I know that a lot of people were like looking forward to her from day one.
And the oasis of knowledge is a mirage.
I was personally simping for Cyno since day one.
In the city of scholars, there is a
because I was like, damn, this is a man.
Wisdom makes no argument against.
Because I'm like a really big sucker for ancient, like the Egyptian look. It's pretty cool to me.
The spectacle of the courtroom, seeking to judge all other gods.
Honestly, in Fontaine characters like those twins, I wasn't like the biggest fan of them. Like they're fine, but I was never like too into them.
The rules of war are woven in the womb. The victors shall burn bright, while the losers must turn to ash.
Oh, right, you're right, Savik. I do remember that.
War shares this secret with the traveler.
But I don't really know if this is like the actual Archon or not, though.
She is a god with no love.
Because, like, usually they don't show Natlan like characters actual gods. I think that's like a big.
When the day of her rebellion against the divine comes at last.
I think that's like a big plot point that I actually want to keep secret for now.
Meantime of a sheltered eternity, most are content to live and not to dream. But in the hidden corners where the god's gaze does not fall, there are those who dream of dreaming. Some say a few are chosen and the rest are dregs. But I say we
this is a man I'm looking most forward to. This is a man.
Defy this world with a power from beyond.
Because, like, Dainsleif is gonna be the first character, I think. It's gonna be like the 8th element at some point. Like the power of chaos or whatever. Or like Abyss. He's gonna be the first one to actually reveal that.
The meaning of your journey. Defeat me. Command me to step aside. Show me that you are worthier than I to rescue her.
Because I personally believe that Snezhnaya is not going to be the final chapter of Genshin. I think Snezhnaya is going to reveal something that, like, we actually fighting on the wrong side. And, like, Tsaritsa is actually, like, the good guy.
My memory has
in a sense. And she's actually tried to rebel against gods by summoning all those noses and actually, like, bring Celestia down. And I think at some point we probably will go either to Celestia or like old Kandria and just kind of like mess shit up in there. Because that's probably what's going to lead up to, I think personally. I mean, honestly, that's where probably Dainsleif is going to come out. Like, I'm not even joking. Like, with the pace that Genshin takes, which is 1 region a year, I don't think there's any chance that we're gonna get Dainsleif anywhere close to the next like 3 to 4 years, because I'm pretty sure Fontaine, Natlan, and Snezhnaya is gonna be 1 year each at least, and after that I don't even know if we're gonna take like breaks in between or anything like that. So you never know. Like Dainsleif could be just like a distant figure that we're never actually gonna get to play as. Which I hope is not going to be the case, because I'm really looking forward to him. Oh, okay, fine. Let's do the Harbinger trainer, because some people actually never saw it, probably. And I seen it before just because I was really interested in it. But this is actually the trailer that almost, like, surprised me in a good way. Because this is the first trailer that was like, damn, they put a lot of effort and time into this. Because with a lot of other trailers, they obviously put time into it, but they know like super high quality productions. But this one was the first trailer that was like, damn, this is actually like a movie quality. Like this could be an anime in of itself.
Themselves to be all-knowing, but we alone are wise to the virtue in those acts of folly. In this war, not even a single pawn may be spared.
I'll tell you the characters that are most hyped for in here.
Checkmate is not where the game ends.
So you obviously know that I'm simping for Dotre. I'm not the biggest fan of this character, like she's fine, but I don't really like this big nose guy. I'm not the biggest fan of like elf looking people like this, especially with that big schnoz of his. Like I'm not into that. I do like this guy. This guy. Now we're talking. Look at this man, huh? This is a man. This is somebody we're simping for. This lady, I do like her. Her eyes are special, like look at her. Like Jesus Christ.
You couldn't hope to understand. so why don't you keep your mouths shut? We don't want to make the children cry.
Hey, come on now. Even I don't think this is the right time or place.
Honestly, I actually kind of hope the child gonna get skin like that. Not the biggest fan of this, like, golem lady. I'm interested in this guy. This guy. This guy.
Her loss shall not hinder our
I do like him. He reminds me of like a Dark Souls character. Like a Black Doctor of sorts. Look. And I do like... Now this. You all know this man. This man. No. Best Fatui Harbinger by far, and I don't care what you say. This old guy is fine, but I'm not like super into him. Like he looks cool, but at the same time I'm like, I don't know.
Worthy sacrifice we carved in ice. With this nation, endure for all.
So yeah, for me, this guy, and this guy. This girl is fine. Like, I'm fine with her, but these four, I'm like on the fence, and I obviously like Child, but yeah, that's kind of where I am right now.
Time, in the name of Her Majesty the Tsaritsa, we will seize authority from the gods. Absolute peace.
The only reason why I like that guy with the mask is because I'm a huge fan of Dark Souls, and he just kind of reminds me of that. I obviously need to see his face before I make my decision. But yeah, this was like the first time that actually Signora death was confirmed, because a lot of people were like copium on Signora not dying. And this was the first time that it was confirmed, like officially, Signora is dead. So that was a big surprise for me, because usually they just kind of left it vague for like a while.
You're looking very young today, Doctor.
You know very well that I do not take that as a compliment.
So, where's the segment in the prime of his life then?
He's busy with a little experiment in blasphemy.
Colin, time to head out on patrol.
Okay, Master Tainari. What was that?
But yeah, like as I said, Daughter is number one. If you don't agree, I don't know what to tell you, because like, have you seen that man? Like, where's he? Where's he? Where's my boy? Look at him. Like, look at this man. This is a man of my dreams. I'm like, I don't care if he's psychotic, if he gonna like kill half Sumeru. I don't care. Honestly, I want him. I want him as a playable character. I don't care what it takes. I want him. I honestly don't know what you guys talking about. I'm pretty out of the loop on a quest yet, so... Oh, you're talking about this guy? Where's he? This lad? I heard somebody told me that he... Like, somebody speculates that he's actually the first... what do you call them? The Geo Zhao's one. What's it called? Yaksha. Somebody told me that he might be actually like Geo Yaksha, the one that went missing. Which is a plausible theory, honestly. It could be the case. But honestly, I just don't really see that. Because there's no indication that he is. But I do like him. Because he kind of... I think the entire story is going to revolve around this guy fighting Varka at some point. And I think that's how Varka is going to get introduced. Is like they're going to throw down with this guy. and then Vok are gonna be like a playable character, and he's probably gonna kill this old dude. Because I think what's gonna happen with Fatui, we're gonna only play like half of them, and half of them we're gonna kill. Because like it's probably gonna be the same story as Senora. Like some of them we're gonna kill, and some of them we're gonna play. Like some of them gonna turn good or whatever. And I hope that's not the case, because like I personally never cared for Senora that much. Like, I know she's hot and whatnot, and a lot of people liked her because of that. But personally, I never cared for that stuff. I only care about characters that have, like, a really interesting story behind them and the interesting personality. If there's none of those two, I don't care. Oh, with a face? Which one? Oh, you mean this guy? Ah, I saw you meant the old dude. I see. I didn't know that. Ah, I see. Oh, okay, well, fair enough, I guess. Maybe. I just like his voice. Like, his voice is really cool.
What of Scaramouche and the Gnosis from Inazuma?
Because, like, it reminds me, as I said before, of one of those, like, Dark Souls characters. Like, with a really deep voice. And it's really cool. Ah, I see. Because I thought you meant, like, this dude. Because I wasn't, like, 100% aware. But yeah, this guy, I mean, he's pretty cool, but, like, I personally think, like, Vok is gonna throw down with him and just finish him off at some point. And I don't think we're gonna get to play him. Like, if I had to guess, like, which characters we're gonna play as, I think we might play Dottore. We obviously play Child. I hope to God we're not gonna play as this guy, because, like, I don't want him. I don't care about him. I think we might play this dude. I think we might reveal that he's like an old yaksha or whatever, and he's gonna turn good because like Xiao's gonna knock some sense into him. So I think this guy is pretty... Actually, I hope Dottore is a playable character, because if he's not, I'm gonna write, honestly. I'm gonna write a very strong-worded letter to Mihoyo, because I want him. And I don't care how evil he is. But I think it's this guy, probably this girl we're gonna play as. I don't think we're gonna play as this dude. Just something tells me he's probably gonna get finished off. We're probably not gonna play as this girl and this girl, because I don't know how they're gonna implement this guy to be like a full-fledged model. There's no way. We might play this dude, but I think all of those, like this, and this too, probably are not gonna be playable. Because I think it's gonna be the case of like some playable, because I just don't know how they're gonna make them good. Because before this time, Child had a like nonchalant personality about him, so that's why they made him good. Scaramouche has a past which they made him, because like this is which solidified my theory of that not every single Humbridger will be playable, is that we don't play as an evil Scaramouche, we play as a good. We play as a non-evil Scaramouche. And I don't think every single one of those characters is going to have that story. So I think we might only play as half of them at best. And I hope to God it's not going to be this guy. Because if it's this guy, I'm going to be like, I don't care how, even if he's the strongest character in the goddamn game, even if he's going to break Genshin in half, I refuse to play him. I don't care how strong he is. I'm just not gonna do it. But yeah, I think this girl, actually, if she is gonna be playable, I think this is gonna be the first character which is gonna be played as a, like, not the actual character, it's gonna be like a puppet of sorts, and we're gonna control the big like robot guy, which I think it might be cool if we do get to play that. But it's kind of like my opinion on the Harbingers in general. Oh yeah, no worries, Greg. I don't know if you're still here. I kind of zoned out for a sec. Oh, hey, Kevin. Sorry I didn't notice you. Yeah, we just were watching some Genshin trailers as of right now. But yeah, I'll be playing Genshin in a little bit. I was just like checking out the trailers, just seeing what it was all about with people in chat. We had some fun with that. We'll probably be back to questing now. Actually, let me change the camera just so it's a little bit clearer. Like put back my little guy there for you guys to look at something fun. But yeah, as I said before, like that trailer was really cool. It was one of the first trailers that I personally thought was exceptionally high quality. Because like, I know the anime comes out soon, and I hope they're gonna implement like that style of quality to Genshin anime. Because that was really, really cool. And it was like the first time they actually revealed like a very big plot point in a video, which was unusual. Because I personally thought before they revealed all of the harbingers, they're gonna just like keep them a mystery and we're gonna get revealed like one by one. But they just straight up revealed them all. I'm surprised that they even didn't reveal Tsaritsa then.
Sir, have you seen my grandpa recently? You know, the one who likes to sit and space out near the village entrance.
Oh, well, if it isn't Isak. Oh, your grandpa, huh? It's been a while. The last time I saw him, he was spacing out by the road as usual. I went and asked him if he'd like any of the food I had prepared, despite my wife's protests. Like many people, she's really quite terrified of them.
I mean, I'm pretty sure Genshin changed the entire marketing strategy only because of leaks. Like, I'm a firm believer that if leaks never happened, Genshin wouldn't reveal even half of what they'd been revealing. Because, like, before, they never used to reveal upcoming characters, like, before the actual version dropped. They used to just do them, like, one at a time. But now they do, like, 4 or 5 sometimes, ahead of the time. And they never used to do that. Like, we got announced Scaramouche before we even knew that we're gonna get Scaramouche. Like, officially. Obviously, we knew because of leaks, but, like, officially, we didn't even know that. And we also didn't know that we get Scaramouche as a good guy. Because everyone thought we're gonna get Scaramouche as this, like, big evil dude. And he's gonna be a lecturer. But he became animal for no apparent reason. Well, story-wise, it makes sense, but, like, as a trailer, because like we got Scaramouche revealed before we actually got the story for Scaramouche, which was unusual choice to make, because I thought what they're gonna do like a newer update and then they're gonna reveal Scaramouche, which would make sense, but they didn't do that. So I think they were just really like pressured because of like all the leaks going around. I mean, I know we're gonna fight Scaramouche, like, there's not much to spoil there. Like, I know the main outline of the story. It's not, like, super unfamiliar to me. It's just, I don't know, like, the bits and pieces in between, I guess. Like, I haven't done the story quest until now, obviously, so I'm doing it afresh, but unfortunately, I've been spoiled with, like main parts of the story. Like I know kind of the outline of the story, I just don't know how we get there. So that's why I'm doing it on the live stream, so it's a little bit more fun. Sharing like my thoughts about it with you guys while I do it.
It was nothing. You're looking for him, right? Did he go for a walk and get lost?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's no good. Well, once you found him, come by my place again and I'll cook a little something for the both of you. I've known you since you were very young. So as far as I'm concerned, you're family. Please feel free to come by anytime.
Wow, what a nice guy! Okay, thank you, sir.
Huh? Don't say anything for now.
Alright, Jesus, Cyno.
Isak, stay here. Let's head over there. Stay quiet as you move.
Alright, Cyno, can you just tell me what's going on? Like, Jesus Christ. Are we being trailed or something?
Listen, see if you can make out what they're saying.
Have you heard? The mighty King Deshret, the sovereign of our faith, will soon return to this world.
Like, one thing that I don't actually know is who King Deshret is. I know he's like a big god dude. And I think the main plot point is a Cyno or Candace. Are they like descended or reincarnation of one or the other? I think that was like the part of the story.
Yes, of course I have. King Deshret is the one and only true ruler of this land. I've never believed in any other gods. Still, you say he's coming back, but it sure doesn't feel like life's about to change around here anytime soon. What's your proof?
Haven't you noticed? The village has been getting more deranged scholars than ever. Delavar was saying that many people also went insane just before the fall of King Deshret's civilization in ancient times. We don't quite know why, but it seems like there's some sort of connection between insanity and King Deshret. Isn't it a sign of King Deshret's power that all the mad scholars have disappeared? If you ask me, they must have been chosen as the final sacrifice for King Deshret's resurrection.
Huh. Now that you say it, that does make some sense. Does this mean our lives are finally going to take a turn for the better?
Exactly. Those city folks will get what's coming to them.
Now, repeat everything you've just said from the very beginning.
Ooh. Interesting.
Huh? Who are you? Where did you come from?
Well, I'm glad you asked. I'm the big evil man. And I'm gonna beat the hell out of you if you don't tell me what it was all about.
My patience is running thin. You heard what I asked.
Damn. I really like the masks that Cyno going on here.
Yeah, bro, this guy's something else. Just look at his eyes. One wrong move, and he's gonna flay us alive.
I mean, as I said, I thought Cyno was like his reincarnation or whatever.
Let's not get on his bad side, okay? I am no match for this guy.
Because, like, I thought that was the entire idea of, like, his powers that he got from this King Deshret guy.
Oh, okay, good sir. What is it you would like to know?
Tell me about King Deshret's resurrection.
Well, I only know a few things from hearsay. I went for a drink the other day and heard others talking about a rumor that the madmen will disappear and that King Deshret will return to this land. I'm not making this up, I swear!
Hey, go on, keep talking.
It's true. It's all true, sir. We desert folk have had more than enough of those people at the academia. They keep sending us all their mad scholars and won't let us have a good life. Would you want to live like this if you were in our place? The radicals were even more thrilled than me when they heard the news. We're all praying for King Deshret's speedy return. Delavar also said that once King Deshret returns to our side, it's only a matter of time before we conquer the land on the other side of the wall. They're all willing to serve under King Deshret and fight for a share of the glory.
It's quite interesting. Because, like, do we actually know if this King Deshret was, like, an evil god or anything like that? Or if he was, like, just a guy who was a king? Because, like, I thought, from what I understood, he was, like, a deity of sorts that was, like, ruling over the desert. before. But maybe he was just like a king of these people.
Is that so?
Seems like he still wants to know more. Keep talking.
Got it. At first, I told myself it was just the drink talking, but then all the mad scholars vanished without a trace, just as the rumors said. Please don't beat me up just for mentioning these rumors. If I'm guilty, then everyone else around here is also guilty. I'm just saying what the others said.
The people here really like King Deshret, but dislike the Dendro Archon.
Where is this radical person you talked about?
I haven't run into him over the past few days, so he probably hasn't been around the village. What about you, man? Have you seen him at all?
Oh, okay, Savik. That sounds good.
No, not at all. We wouldn't dare lie to you. He's really not here right now.
Sounds like you're not too close with the radicals.
No, of course not. All we know are their names.
I have many ways to stop you from talking, and many others to stop you from sending warning messages. So you'd best just stay home and hope I don't hear of you trying to contact anybody. Don't do anything until I've gotten to the bottom of this. Try something foolish, and even Candace won't be able to protect you.
Yes, got it. We'll do just as you say.
I see, so...
That scared Paimon half to death. Cyno is pretty terrifying.
I presume that they talk about Dotra, but maybe there's somebody else involved?
He didn't try to reassure us at all. It's like he's used to hearing that. Oh, Paimon bets lots of people have told him that before.
I heard that.
Sorry.
It's part of being a Matra. The rumor we heard just now seems like a strong lead, but we need to check a few more places. Very well.
Isak!
I'm here.
Where's your grandpa's house?
Well, I can take you there. Just follow me.
I have a bad feeling about this. We're just gonna like run into this grandpa. He's gonna turn out to be like crawling on the walls or something. Just like writing mad gibberish on the wall. Like chanting weird spells.
Grandpa? Oh, he likes to be alone. Sometimes he stares at the sky in a daze, and other times he just pokes at the ground with his fingers.
Isaac, I don't know.
Now and then, he yells out at the top of his lungs, so a lot of people are really scared of him. But he's a good person, really. I know he is. I swear, he's just like my real grandpa.
Isaac, I don't know how to tell you this. Well, most likely that man is not right in the head. And that's just sad, but not much you can do about it.
This is where Grandpa usually stays.
There sure isn't much here.
No.
Incense? Please don't say it's the same one as before. But are you okay? Are you getting dizzy or need to lie down?
There's a scent that you can sense, but I can't.
A certain traveler here once passed out from that smell. Thankfully, Tighnari saved the day. And then he gave us a long lecture to explain all about how it worked.
So, you know Tighnari?
Yes, I do indeed.
Huh? You know him too? Are you two friends?
Yes. Now that I concentrate, I can also make out the scent of incense.
Wait, surely Tighnari didn't lecture you too?
No, no need.
I can just imagine Tighnari trying to actually educate Cyno. This probably wouldn't go down too well.
Did you first encounter this scent at Tighnari's house? In the forest. From a scholar.
Yeah, it's a long story, Cyno. It was like a weird cave. It was some drugs involved. the weird incense. We tripped some balls. We went to a giant glowing tree. We saw some little green creatures. It was weird. I don't want to go back there. I wouldn't recommend for you either. I presume this is what I need to do. Oh. Anything else? Oh, okay.
What are you looking for, Cyno?
Here it is. Take a look right here.
Paimon doesn't see anything.
Although the traces have been completely buried in the sand, there are footprints here, from the size and shape. They belong to an adult male. This pattern is a common one from this area. Local shoes. This was probably someone from the village. The scent is quite faint, but still extant. The footprints head in the direction of the door.
But who would come looking for Grandpa? He doesn't have any friends.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Isaac, no need to diss your grandpa like that. He has feelings as well. I know he's old, but still, come on.
We'd have to ask whoever lured him away with the incense.
Huh? So you can lure someone away with just a scent? Hey, what's wrong with liking good food? Everyone's got something they love in life.
Well, you would be surprised, Paimon.
Exactly. Most scholars are fond of incense, since the smell supposedly helps them clear their minds and discover new knowledge. Even deep within the clutches of madness, they still yearn for their knowledge-seeking days, and will follow the scent whenever it presents itself.
No, Grandpa.
So, someone's taking advantage of their weakness? Huh. Still, why would anyone want to abduct all the scholars? Are the rumors really true? Could the disappearance of all the mad scholars have something to do with the radicals?
It's highly likely.
Please, you have to save my Grandpa. Grandpa's never done anything wrong. Please help him.
Sounds like we'd better help get him back. Don't you worry, Isak. We won't let whoever took him get away with it.
Let's head to Aru Village and inform Candace and the others about what we learned here. After that, we'll set off to find the scholars.
Sounds like a solid plan. Not sure why we need to inform Candace, but... I really like the desert at night, more than I like it at daytime. Just something about it. Like, feels really peaceful.
Right. The darker fabric definitely looks a lot better. That'd be my choice, too.
We're back, Candace! We've got a lot to tell you.
Ah, welcome back. Sounds like everyone's friends already.
Oh, Dia's here too!
Wonder where Al-Haytham went. Because that man is up to no good all the time.
You bet. So, everything goes smoothly?
Reasonably.
Al-Haytham didn't go with you?
We haven't seen him at all.
Huh.
I saw him around the village entrance earlier and figured he was investigating with you. I guess he must have gone off on his own.
Did you find out anything useful? I see. So someone used a kind of incense to lead the exiled scholars away from the village.
The resurrection of King Deshret? First I've heard of it. Far as I know, the kind of incense you just mentioned is only popular beyond the wall. Scholars are fond of it, but as you can see, there aren't many scholars still studying around these parts. No seller would be able to make a profit here. Not to mention making incense is a labor-intensive process. You won't see anybody in the desert with the patience to make or sell something that requires that kind of effort. It seems someone from beyond the wall must have been supporting this.
Makes sense.
So what should we do then? Do we go back to the academia and search for leads there?
If it was any other day, that would be your next logical step. But today, you've got me on your team, so you get an extra tip.
Honestly, I'd rather have Daya on my team all the time, but unfortunately she's not here yet, so we gotta persevere and stay strong.
Didn't you say that the villager got his news from the tavern? Well, I also like to drink at the tavern, so I know a thing or two about these radicals he mentioned.
If Paimon remembers correctly, the leader of the radicals is some guy called Delavar.
Ah, yeah. Delavar, the scar-riddled bandit, Engur, the wide-eyed butcher, and Jabari, the duck-tailed bearded crook. The whole lot of them are known around these parts.
Those are some names. Like, I like how every single villain needs just to have some sort of weird nickname they just go by. They can't just use their real names, because that's not cool.
These guys have one thing in common, and that's being broke. The rougher life gets, the more they want to believe in King Deshret. The way they see it, King Deshret's resurrection is their only chance at overthrowing the academia. Throwing all of Sumeru into chaos is the only way to change the way of life here in the desert. Anyway, that's my guess why they've chosen to become radicals.
Tia! You're amazing! You really know this place inside and out!
I haven't seen a single wink. I don't know what you're on about, Aether.
No merc can afford to slack off on gathering intelligence. Every more I've spent in the tavern has been a valuable investment.
Let's head out.
Now hold on, you're staying right here, Cyno.
Why?
Aru Village is not a big place. Outsiders stand out here like a sore thumb. I'd bet word about you has already gotten out. The desert is unforgiving, so the way of life here is also a lot tougher than on the outside of the wall. You survive on making connections out here. Compared to you, mercs like me are just third-rate amateurs. I've got no actual fighting skills to speak of, but that also makes it a whole lot easier for me to gain the locals' trust. I need to go around and ask some questions, but it'll be difficult if you're with me.
Fine.
Good. Then we've got a plan. The Traveler and Paimon will go to Caravan Rebot with me, and we'll try our best to figure out where the mad scholars have been taken. Cyno, you'll have to stay in the village and continue investigating on your own.
Alright, sounds like a plan!
Alright, I guess we've been exposed. Those goddamn spies. Can't get away from them. Let's see where we need to go.
Well, here we are again!
Sounds like you're starting to get familiar with the area.
Paimon's amazed every time we see the wall of Samiel. How can a wall this tall even exist? It's almost unreal.
Slavery. That's how it exists, Paimon. How do you think pyramids were built? By aliens? Not so. A lot of unpaid unconstructed people, just moving bricks all the time.
I know what you mean. I had the same question every time I walked this way when I was a kid. Also, why is this high wall here? And can a wall really block sandstorms? It was only after I grew up that I realized the wall of Samiel isn't just there to keep out the sandstorms. It serves a more important purpose, keeping out people like us.
You're just gonna Attack on Titan theme starts and like you can hear Aaron just in the background just like roaring. Just the entire like ground starts shaking.
Sumeru is run by wise and mighty sages. To them, us desert dwellers are nothing but tools that can be used and discarded at their whim. We're cheap labor, like livestock, but easier to control. Nothing more.
In my mind, you're no livestock, dear. You're a beautiful, strong, independent woman, and that's why I like you.
Even if a child from the desert got the chance to obtain an Akasha terminal, almost all their requests for knowledge would be denied. The academia believes we're underserving. Geniuses like Sataria are 1 in a million. The other children never get a single chance to try and rewrite their fate, even though the academia knows very well that we're humans, just as they are.
Damn, there's some segregation and discrimination going on. Some pretty heavy themes to be discussed.
That's terrible.
I would tear down this wall with my own hands if I could.
Hey, Dia. You're not thinking about doing anything scary, are you?
No, not at all. This place just gets me thinking, that's all. Besides, we're here to procure information, aren't we?
Yep, we gotta catch those...
Shh. Caravan Rebot is crawling with people, so be careful what you say. We don't want anyone to find out what we're here for. Our mission started the moment we arrived here. Let's go check out the tavern. Maybe we'll find someone I know.
Alright, I guess we're infiltrating the enemy base.
Just our luck. None of them are here today.
You mean, you don't see anyone you know?
Dia, is that you? What a coincidence. You here for a drink too?
Well, that's convenient.
Zaki. Finally, a friendly face.
Oh, and who do you have with you here? Guests from another land?
You could say so.
Hello. I'm Zaki. Dia's, how would you put it? Drinking buddy?
We've had drinks together a few times. You could say we go back a ways. Anyway, as far as my friends here, they aren't too shabby, are they? You rarely see any Outlanders so friendly and respectful nowadays.
Absolutely. Much better than those people on the other side of the wall. So, Dia, are you looking for someone?
This man is too white for my liking. This man keeps glowing. Like, it feels like he's about to take off or something. Like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Have you seen Enger, Delavar, or Jabari recently?
I mean, that's what I'm getting so far, Sadvik, as well. Like, I'm pretty sure there's gonna be some sort of war going on at some point, because I don't think segregation is a good thing. I'm pretty sure that's how riots happen.
Of course I have. Matter of fact, we were all here drinking together just a few days ago.
I've got a spice trading deal from another nation. I thought maybe Delavar and his friends might be interested. Know where I could find him?
Ah, how thoughtful of you. Then I assume you also know that Delavar's been having a hard time making ends meet these days. So, you came here to help him out?
Hey, keep it down. Let's just say I prefer to keep this deal a secret. Y'all at Caravan Rebot are like family. If there's more to be made, why not do it together? Besides, Delavar and his friends have muscle. They'd be a good fit for escorting the goods.
Yes, how considerate of you. Delavar's my friend too, so of course I can take you to him. Come with me.
Alright, I guess we fooled the guy. Now it's time to go get some information.
Are we there yet?
Yep, this is the place.
This place is practically deserted. What are they doing in a place like this?
Just chilling, I guess.
Why don't you take a guess? Go on, a wild stab in the dark. You're like lambs to the slaughter.
You don't want to do this, guys. I don't know if you know a man by the name of Jean Lee, but I'm pretty sure you don't want to mess with him.
What's this all about, Zaki?
Come on, Dia. You really think we didn't hear about what you said back in Aru village? The boys have kept a close eye on you from the moment you set foot there. Not only do I know that you're looking for Delavar, I also know that you've teamed up with people from the Academia to look for the missing scholars.
So, you've been watching us from the very beginning?
Uh-oh. Paimon knew leaving Cyno behind was a mistake!
And you left the strongest one in the village, didn't ya? Who do you think you are? You really thought we'd fall for your little business deal nonsense?
So you and Delavar have been partners all along.
Dia, I guess it's only natural for a traveling mercenary like you to be out of the loop. Those of us who hang around the tavern have stronger bonds than you think. But you got one thing right. We're all looking forward to an uprising in Sumeru. There's nothing more we'd like to see than the desert folk overthrowing the Academia.
If that's the case, then I'm sure Delavar wouldn't miss a second of it.
I'll be honest with you. If it weren't for what you said in the village, your little monologue about the Wall of Samiel would have convinced me that you're one of us.
Delavar. And Enger, you're here too, huh?
Long time no see, Miss Mercenary. You should have known the traitors are what us followers of King Deshret despise the most.
Dia, I thought that you, a fellow desert dweller, would understand why King Deshret is greater than the Dendro Archon. Little did I know, you don't deserve to join us.
Those are some fighting words you got there. I don't think I appreciate it. Don't talk to my girl like that.
Yeah, gee, what a missed opportunity. Adopting radical views and kidnapping innocent scholars, all because of some baseless rumors. Anything else I'm missing out on?
See? There you have it. Mercenaries are just a bunch of faithless scum with only one thing on their minds. Mora. Pathetic. You're all like a pack of street rats.
You're not wrong. Mercenaries are driven by Mora, and my faith lies with whoever's paying me. As long as there's a profit to be made, anyone can become my friend.
Enough talking! Get him!
Alright, time to teach them some manners.
Let's teach him a lesson, traveler.
Exactly my thoughts.
Following order, solidify!
Take that!
Time for retribution!
No, my sword!
Stabilize!
unbelievable. How could you?
So, what do you think about your meticulous network now, Zaki? How did you say it? It's only natural for a traveling mercenary like me to be out of the loop. I'm guessing your informant told you that I'm just an incompetent merc with no real fighting skills, correct? I mean, that is what I said after all. And of course you would believe everything he reported. The only thing you know about me is that I'm a mercenary, but you've never seen me in action. Even though you heard we went to handle monsters together, you believed that Candace was the only one doing all the real fighting.
Yes, Kevin. At the moment, at least.
That so-called Flame Main is just a fraud. She admitted it herself. She just uses her connections to gain the trust of others. That's what you thought, right?
You lied in the village because you figured that we'd have people watching you.
I mean, as soon as I heard that Dia said that she's a third-rate mercenary, I was like, something is up, because there's no way my girl is third-rate.
And you were stupid enough to fall for it. I figured as much the first time we drank together. You all thought you were so smart. Pathetic.
Nice.
Okay, that should be all of them.
Whoa! So you've been planning this since we were in Aru Village?
No task can be done without preparation. I just happened to notice a couple suspicious-looking people while you were out investigating.
Oh, but instead of catching them right away, you let them report back!
Those two who were snooping around were just a couple small fries. If we want to get the real catch, we have to be patient and give it some time.
Oh, you mean the funny name she mentioned back in Uncle Ampu's house? The wide-eyed butcher, scar-riddled bandit, Paimon can't remember them all.
That's just a bunch of drunk talk. Edgar and Delavar like to talk themselves up when they're drinking. Edgar, the wide-eyed butcher, and Delavar, the scar-riddled bandit, are the nicknames they came up with for themselves. Alcohol has a way of making people share what they really think. So Edgar and Delavar are always rambling in the tavern about how King Deshret is a superior deity.
What about Zaki?
He's just a numbskull who fell right into our trap. Zaki was probably the best hidden of them all. My initial plan was to find Delavar first, and then try to track him down. That's what you wanted to ask when we were at Uncle Anpu's house, right? Jabari is one of the villagers you talked to. You know, the one who wanted to treat Isak and his grandpa to some food.
Wait, so he's a radical too?
No, he isn't. I just needed to tack on a random villager name to make the eavesdropper think that I was making some wild guesses based on my impressions.
Wow! What a genius idea! Well, that's an expert mercenary for ya.
Dia has some moves going on, like jeezums. She got everything planned before we even got there. Like, goddamn. That's a woman for you.
Ah, you're too kind. It was straight from the usual playbook, if I'm honest.
So, that thing you were saying before, is it really true?
About what?
About how mercenaries only care about Mora, and that anyone's a friend as long as there's a profit.
Does that bother you? What makes you so sure?
Dia, do you dislike the Dendro Archon like the other desert folk?
You two are pretty sharp. No, I don't have anything against the Dendro Archon. I've heard a lot of nice things about the Lesser Lord from Dunyarzad. I can understand her devotion and gratitude. Dunyarzad's just an ordinary person. There's no way a god would be so involved in the lives of everyday people, unless they were truly compassionate. I've begun to realize that the sages are behind everything that's happened recently. The radicals' blind belief in King Deshret, making the Dendro Archon out to be an enemy. It's all the academia's trickery. But I see through it all. And unlike them, I can never be hostile towards anyone who's never done anything wrong.
Dear.
Anyway, looks like we're done with business here. Traveler, lend me a hand. Let's tie him up and bring him to the village.
Gladly. That was pretty interesting. We got to know Dea a little bit better.
This should be all of them. I'll let you take it from here.
All right. I'll be in touch. Until then, please stand by.
Candace, do you need any help?
Candace will be okay on her own. I trust her, so you can too. She's been guarding Aru village for quite some time now. If anyone is qualified to question the offenders, it's her.
While I'm questioning them, why don't you pass some time by exploring the area?
I'll meet you back here tomorrow morning, Traveler. As for these idiots, let's just hope they live to see another day.
All right.
Right on time. We'll know any moment now.
Paimon's been wondering. You seem to know Candace pretty well. Have you been friends for a long time?
We've known each other for some time now. She's a pretty interesting person. Even though she's an extremely strong warrior, she never misuses her powers against others.
Oh, Paimon knows what you mean. Like a lot of martial artists say, never take the fight outside the ring.
I never heard this phrase, but sure, Paimon.
Yep, I guess you can put it that way. It takes strong convictions to be as dedicated as she is, and shoulder that kind of responsibility. Us mercs, on the other hand, we pretty much live from one day to the next.
Well, Paimon thinks you're great too.
Really? Thanks for that.
Oh, Cyno's here, and he's pretty early too.
Yes, I was here yesterday to help out a little.
To help out? By doing what?
Sharing some interrogation techniques.
Ooh, that sounds intriguing.
Oh, you mean you taught Candace some more persuasive methods?
No, that's not what he meant, Paimon. Don't twist my boy's words.
Right.
Come on in, everyone.
Come on, let's go inside.
Candace, where? Whoa, you look furious.
Do I? Huh. What gave it away?
Oh, there's no mask that can hide true bloodlust. Cover up your eyes, and it'll still show itself at the corners of your mouth.
Perhaps I need to work on my composure. Still, it's perfectly understandable why I'm angry. I'm sure everyone present would agree.
Yes, ma'am.
Please, don't beat us anymore. We're gonna die.
Well, looks like Cyno taught her well.
You fear death yourselves, yet you do not hesitate to place the lives of others at risk. The absurdity is mind-boggling. The ones you call mad scholars are known to us as the Village Keepers. They are vital members of our community, and some even count them as family. You come here, to my village, and you treat my people as nothing more than stepping stones towards your goal. Tell me, what would you do to you in my position?
Mercy! Please have mercy!
Yeah.
You've made your bed.
We may both be desert dwellers, but there's one thing that I understand better than you. The resurrection of King Deshret will only result in war. And war serves no one. The people of Aru Village care little about which god is in power. Life may be tough, and tiring, but we wish to preserve our way of life. A war would only cause us to lose all that we have. And that is not a responsibility that you can afford to shoulder.
We understand. We're sorry. I'll tell you everything I know. Please, just let us go.
Jesus Christ, what the hell did Candace do to this man? That man's broken. I can tell. Like, Jesus.
I'm listening.
You might not believe this, but it wasn't us who came up with this idea. Someone was spreading rumors in the tavern. That's how we ended up hearing about King Deshret's resurrection. Some mystery man told us that mad scholars will make the perfect sacrifice to usher in King Deshret's resurrection. They give their lives, and we can get anything we wish for.
They're called village keepers. Slip up again, and you'll regret it.
You heard the man.
Yes, sorry. It was all that mystery man's doing. He told us to spread the word about King Deshret's resurrection and talked us into helping him. In return, he said he'll help facilitate the resurrection process.
I mean, I agree, Aya. You know my stand on strong, independent women. So, I do agree wholeheartedly.
Not sure.
That's one.
Huh? One what?
Strike. You get a total of 3. Then, you die by my hand.
Jesus Christ, that's escalated quickly. It went from 0 to 100, straight up. Alright, Simon. Cyno doesn't mess around. He's like, you mess 3 times, you dead. I like it. Straight to the chase.
Wait, I'm telling the truth. We don't know anything. It was all him.
2.
Ooh, you don't like to hear that.
He got us to lure them out of their houses in the night with some kind of incense. We take them to a junction outside the village. Then the mystery guy takes them from there. You gotta believe me, please. I'm telling the truth, I swear. Just ask them if you don't believe me.
That was indeed the truth. Traveler, go on.
Cyno is like a lie detector.
You have to believe me. If I knew that, I would have told you his name right away. I'm not risking another beating to keep his secrets. No way. That guy, he wears a cloak, and he's always careful to cover his face. He calls himself King Deshret's envoy.
I believe I may know what's going on.
Uncle Anpu? What do you mean?
Smooth.
Nice.
Okay, speak.
If my suspicions are correct, this mystery man they speak of could be from the academia.
Uncle Ampu, I don't mean to be a party pooper here, but I'm pretty sure I could have guessed that without you telling me anything.
Some time ago, people from the academia attempted to take the village keepers away. I refused, insisting that they are part of our community. It strikes me now that this secretive character shares the same goal they had.
Which means it's highly likely that the academia was purposely spreading a false rumor to trick the radicals into delivering the village keepers right into their hands. They were the ones who brought them here to begin with. Now they're trying to take them back? We aren't gonna let that happen.
Not the academia again.
Just as I thought. But what could they want with the village keepers?
Probably use them as sacrifice to summon Scaramouche.
People are nothing but tools in the eyes of the academia. A change in their plans likely means they found another way to exploit the scholars. Regardless, our top priority now is locating the village keepers.
You're right. Isak is still waiting for news on his grandpa.
Time to go. Let's leave the village and try to track them down.
Yes. Pack up and get ready to leave.
You got it. Candace, I'll let you deal with the radicals. Leave everything outside the village to us.
All right.
Let's meet back here once everyone's ready.
All right. That was interesting. We got some deep inside story. Oh, the man himself is back.
Whoa! Where did you come from?
Well, as you can see, I am merely sitting here and reviewing what we have deduced thus far.
You were gone for ages, and now you're suddenly sitting here musing to yourself? Where have you been anyway? Hey, what's with the silence?
Paimon, come on, the man is reading. Don't be rude.
You never think things through before asking questions. I'm giving you some time to make up for that.
Damn. I'll hate and put Paimon in her place. Respect.
Paimon's so mad! Paimon's gonna give you an ugly nickname!
I don't think that's gonna stop him, but sure.
Never mind. Paimon's got nothing.
Well, obviously, look at that man. How can you give him an ugly nickname? He's a Mr. Handsome after all. Can do it.
There's just nothing super obvious to pick with this guy. It makes it so hard.
Well, you've heard nothing to suggest I left this whole time. So clearly, I stayed in the village to investigate. Anyway, you plan to leave Aru village and keep searching for the truth of this matter, yes?
Indeed so.
Yep. We're not gonna find out anything more by staying here, so we thought that we might as well take the search elsewhere. Enough with the silent treatment!
No. I'm just surprised that you decided to team up with him.
Alhaitham, you haven't helped us out at all ever since we arrived at Aru village. Bold of you to question our choices.
Yeah, you're all talk.
Paimon, honestly, the irony is just sipping through.
While you were investigating, I had my own work to do, which I've now finished.
Really? Paimon doesn't believe you.
To be honest, we aren't really a team, so I have no obligation to inform you of my whereabouts. Not to mention that going separate ways allowed me to find some important information that you all had missed.
Huh? Right here in the village?
Correct.
What did you learn?
I'm going to take you to someone. But before that, you need to understand where she's coming from.
What does that mean?
How do you think the residents of Aru village feel about what we're doing? In other words, do you truly believe every single word the villagers tell us?
You mean some of them lied to us?
Hiding the truth does not necessarily equate to lying. Again, these people have their reasons. Remember what Candace said? Most people in Aru village don't necessarily care which deity is in charge of Sumeru. That's because whether King Deshret or the Dendro Archon has power is of little significance to them. By contrast, the perils of their daily lives are ever-present concerns. They won't simply share everything they know with you without good reason. That's why you believed there was no further information to be found in this village. Glad you're following along. Among those you have talked to, there's someone who was consciously keeping you out of the loop. In fact, she's been observing your every move since you arrived.
Interesting.
The reason being, to someone who only wants to live their life in peace, any external factors introduce unpredictability into the equation.
Those eyes, those fierce eyes. You look like a real fighter.
Oh, so the thirsty lady. All right.
Don't change the subject.
It's quite obvious that she's intimidated by Cyno's authority and strength.
Right. You were asking about the Mad Scholars.
She corrected herself mid-sentence because she's aware that there are King Deshret fanatics in the village. If she sounds too friendly towards the village keepers, she could easily make herself the radicals' next target.
I think it's been a few days since I last saw them. I usually go to bed pretty early, so I'm not too familiar with what goes on at night.
Remember? She made a point of denying her involvement in anything that occurs at night.
But honestly, I feel quite sympathetic towards them. Even though they act a little strange, they've helped me in the past. If it weren't for them, my house would have collapsed long ago.
After speaking to the village chief, it became clear that the village keepers had protected Aru village at night. In other words, the young miss was very much awake during that time.
Then why would she lie?
By getting involved with an outsider, she risks drawing unwanted attention to herself. As for why she might be so wary about all this, maybe you should ask her.
I'll pass on this one. You said that she is afraid of me. If so, it's best if I stay out of this.
We're on it!
I mean, I'll hate him just like open his third eye and just analyze everything in 2 seconds. He had like screens going on in inside his head, just like holograms popping out, just analyzing everything. Because I'm pretty sure Al-Haitham is like half cyborg at this point, considering he has no emotions and he knows everything. Probably a distant relative, Catherine.
Earlier, I've brought someone with me.
Like her cousin or something.
Mr. Al-Haitham, I'm aware of where you stand, but how can I make sure that your friends think the same as you?
Huh? What do you mean? We need to clarify our stance or something?
Go ahead and talk to her. You'll get the answers you want. Go on. Earn her trust.
Is it really that simple?
May I call you Traveler? Hi, Traveler. I want to ask you something. Do you think the resurrection of King Deshret can truly change Sumeru for the better? Why's that? That's very similar to what Miss Candace says. I know you two are friends. That's why I'm willing to talk to you, even though I do have some reservations. Before, I wouldn't even have the courage to ask something like this. Traveler, do you believe our lives will get better?
I mean, it's not really up to me. I'm probably gonna dip from Sumeru in like 2 or 3 chapters. At most, lady. And you'll probably never see me again. So I can't promise anything. But what I can say is that it might get better. That's the best I can give you.
Yeah, we came here from another nation, so it isn't wrong of you to be weary. And we aren't really residents of any one nation.
Exactly.
But even so, we've met lots of people from different places, and we've always fought for what we believed in. We have friends in Sumeru, and we want to help them. That's why we decided to stay here for a while.
I want to trust you. My apologies for posing my questions like that. To be honest, I didn't expect you to come back for more information.
Al-Haitham told us you have your reasons. It's okay, we understand.
The fact is that only one side of my family is desert folk. I don't really fit in anywhere in Sumeru. Some believe in the Dendro Archon, while others believe in King Deshret. I don't belong to either side, and neither side would want me.
Speaking of which, the radicals mentioned that they despise traitors. Do they just think that anyone who's different from them is a traitor?
Sounds like it.
Yeah. Some people can be so narrow-minded when it comes to bloodline and beliefs. It makes no difference what I say or how I behave. I'll always be suspected of having ulterior motives. Slowly, I just stopped talking to people. I pretended not to hear or see anything. All I want is to live my life in peace. And then it happened. The village keepers who had helped me disappeared with no explanation, and I didn't dare breathe a word about it to anyone. Until now.
You can tell them. I'm sure he'll keep your secret.
All right. I'll tell you what I told Alhaitham. I actually have a sharper sense of hearing than most. Sometimes, I hear strange crying sounds in the night.
Well, that's not good.
There are ghosts?
Perhaps. I'm not sure. It's faint, but it's definitely the sound of crying. It comes from far away in the distance, and always carries very raw emotion. It used to be louder and more frequent, but ever since you arrived in the village, it doesn't seem to happen as often, and when it does, it's much quieter. I have to focus really hard to make it out.
I confirmed this with the guards on night duty. They also have someone with a good ear, and he's heard similar sounds at night. But, because we're in the middle of a desert, he would rather believe that they are the cries of beasts than ghosts.
There's really nothing around these parts, except for an old hospital not far from the village.
I think they used to use it for treating Elazar, but it's been abandoned for years.
Yeah, let's go!
I don't think it's a good idea to go to the abandoned hospital, because I'm pretty sure that's where all the killing was gonna happen. Like, I'm pretty sure nothing ever good happening in the abandoned hospital. If I do say so myself, I'm pretty sure only bad things happen in places like that. Oh yeah, no worries, Cedric. I'm probably gonna finish up soon anyway. I'll probably just defeat this monster and finish up as well. It's been a pretty long stream so far. We did quite a lot. I might leave it for tomorrow. But yeah, hopefully you have a good rest, and I'll see you tomorrow, hopefully.
Super strong bandits? Or monsters taller than buildings dropping out of the sky? Or, you know, something like that.
As to have an expectations, Paimon, I don't think that's realistic.
He looks super serious. We gotta stay on our A game too.
This is the one. Let's go in and take a look. Patience. Shawnee says she only hears the crying at night. We have time to burn. Until then... I'm taking a break.
I mean, fair enough.
And just like that, he sits down. Wait, he even brought a book to read?
Now that's a man of culture.
What are you reading? Let Paimon see!
Okay, sure.
Huh? The natural position, which is the positional propensity of an entity in natural motion, in contrast with an object in forced motion?
Aether literally describes my emotions right now.
Influences every entity.
Like, what can you even say?
Tendency to follow its natural trajectory?
Paimon, why did you even try? I'm pretty sure you can barely read as it is.
So, you got that?
Oh, Paimon gives up. You keep reading your book. See ya. How is he so relaxed? Look at him, reading an impossible book in a creepy place like this.
This is a true answer.
Hey, Paimon's your Tibet travel guide. Paimon knows plenty of useful stuff already.
Well, clearly, no reading is not one of them.
And anyway, it's not Paimon's fault that the books people read in Sumeru are so complicated. Paimon's getting so sleepy. Huh? What was that sound?
There it is. It's coming from that direction.
Is the sound coming from here? Huh. Paimon's not seeing anything.
It's from below.
Ooh, the attic. I don't like that. I'm in the basement. I don't want to go there. I don't want to know what's in there. But usually, basements don't lead to anything good.
But there's no way we can get down there.
Something is off about the interior here.
I mean, that's a pretty good guess, Aya. I'm pretty sure Cyno has a room of his own like this.
As I thought, there's a hidden structure.
Wow. It's like they tucked another hospital into this one. Oh, it looks like there are other mechanisms around here. Let's keep exploring.
I think I'll probably leave it here, guys. We'll continue exploring tomorrow. It's been a pretty eventful live stream. Hopefully you enjoyed. It was fun for me and hopefully for you as well. But yeah, tomorrow I'll be live at the same time, like 8 PM as usual. And we should be able to get pretty close to finishing up Sumeru stuff, I think, in about 1 or 2 live streams. So that should be pretty interesting. But yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow, and hopefully you have a good evening or afternoon, depending on where you are. Have a good rest, and make sure to have fun in Genshin. Anyway, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye!